Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
We will start like you normally start your episodes. So tell me about your week, the highlights and the
The highlights of my week.
yeah.
So this week I just attended my uncle's wedding. I call him my mom's firstborn son because we grew up together with him. In my mom's family, he's the last born. So we grew up with him pretty much. And I'm just gonna give you a bit of a background as to why it was such a full circle moment for me.
Okay.
It's because he used to check my math homework. And he used to beat me so much because I used to fail and I hated doing my math homework because of that. So what I used to do, I used to leave my math homework in school and come home with English, Kiswahili, and whatnot, so I can avoid the beatings because math was such a huge problem. So I think he's grown his own family now. So seeing him as a family man and now to have his own wife is such a nice thing. And so I was part of the bridal party. And then the other good thing about the week was we had a holiday
Okay, yeah.
that we slept and did nothing. And then we also had our office party, which was my first one with the organization I'm working with, which was pretty amazing because I got to see it like my coworkers in another dimension. So yeah, I think those are and also I spent it with my loved one.
Now we're gonna go back, way back.
Okay.
I have a photo here.
Uh-huh. I'm panicked. Where did you get where did you get that picture? That. I think I remember the beads I have on, and I remember that bracelet. They were called what? That's not a shambala per se, but it was that time where shambalas were a thing and those beads. So I think I got this during music festivals. I was with my friend Leah. Shout out to you, Leah. So we got matching ones. She had one with her name, and I got mine with my name. And then the phone I used to take this picture that's my parents' bedroom, by the way.
Okay.
So it's the only place that had good lighting. So that's the place I used to go take my pictures. Also, I'm kneeling down in that picture. It looks like I'm standing,
Yeah.
but I'm kneeling down. So the phone I had was an Alcatel. It was a red one, and it didn't have a front camera, so I used to tilt it and take pictures from that. And the hairstyling, I don't know where that came from. Probably Leah as well, because she used to do my tutors a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that. I was in Form 2. So this was probably a holiday. Yeah.
I'm gonna read you an excerpt
Uh-huh.
and you're gonna tell me what it means to you now.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it from something I wrote?
You
Oh,
have
it's
to figure
random.
out.
Okay, so
Yeah.
damn, bro.
I want to be enough for the moment. I want to be enough for the moment I realize I was born with the fate of the moon. Unappreciated strength for the time I dance to the music of the stars and they
Uh-huh.
choose to turn off the music. I want to play with gasoline in an open flame for the time he plays with my heart like a hand grenade
Mm-hmm.
and I balance a bloody broken heart.
Uh-huh.
Most importantly, I want to be enough for myself when they say I'm not. What do those words mean to you now?
I know where that is from. That's from a Facebook post I made. And that's probably music lyrics. I don't know what I was going through at, how old was I? 15, that I was resonating with such poetry or such lyrics. But now, what that means to me, especially the last part, is I want to be enough for myself, even when they say I'm not. I feel like it's something that will continue even when you're 50, because self-doubt is something I've seen people even face when they're older. So what that means to me now is that I should be my number one cheerleader. I should be my number one best friend, even when the noise outside is saying otherwise. So yeah.
Okay. During my going through enyewe umehangaika.
But no, it's not even kuhangaika.
I know, like I've seen you've tried a lot of things.
Oh wow, that's what you
Radio,
mean.
apparently, yes.
Damn.
So
What's up, my people?
this video
Okay.
explaining.
What's up, my people? You're tuned in to 91.3 NRG Radio, and I'm your host, Maeve Cheryl. And I have amazing content lined up for you today. But before that, I want you guys to tell me, is there a radio station in Kenya right now that actually cares about what their listeners want to listen to?
Well, luckily for you, NRG Radio has your back.
Well, luckily for you, NRG Radio has your back. Now, have you heard about the NRG Play app? With this app, you can stream us live, and you'll be sure to not miss out on a single moment of fun. Now, I'm talking about crazy features such as the open mic, where you as the listener can interact with us and get your voice heard. I'm talking about the NRG ad spot, where you can actually book spots for advertisements, and the NRG charts, where you get to vote for the songs you want to see at the top. Now, if this is not a game changer, then I don't know what is. So make sure to download this app. You can get it on Play Store or App Store. And you know how we do it here at NRG. We keep it social and we keep it interactive. So make sure to hit us up on our socials at Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And let's
Damn, that was,
why didn't those guys pick me? Why didn't they?
Looking at this video
Yeah.
and where you're at now,
Mm-hmm.
what does this video make you feel, especially if you look at how far you've come and the many things that you've tried? What are the lessons you've learned along the way?
So what that video makes me feel is extremely proud of that young girl. Because I was 20 there and I was chasing these dreams like, but from where I'm sitting, I think I've done all the things I've been interested in. I went to law school, I've done my music, I've auditioned for radio. I made it to top 40 because they had like the cutoff was two-staged. So there's the first
nice.
100, and then after the first 100 was the next 40. Okay. I made it to the final, but they only took like 9 people. I was like, but anyway, I'm proud of that girl because now she ended up making her own table, which is Cycles podcast. So I'm proud of that. And yeah, that video just makes me feel proud, and it makes me never want to lose that part of myself that just goes to do whatever I want deep down in my heart.
You've mentioned the 20-year-old you.
Yeah.
What would you tell her now?
What
5 things you would tell her now?
What I'd tell the 20-year-old me?
Yeah.
I'd tell her she's very special. I'd tell her to stop downplaying how intelligent she is. I'd also tell her men are bad people. Jokes, I'm joking. But I'd tell her that there's still so much to be done. There's still so many doors to walk through. So she better keep going. Yeah.
Okay. What was happening during this event you were performing? You were singing.
Yeah, you're taking me Now that was still the same year. Still a 20-year-old girl.
Was it the same year?
It was the same year, but different. Yeah, when I did the NRG interview. Okay. So this was beginning of the year, February, March. So what was happening was there's an incubator by Kwambox. It was called Industry Night. Okay. And I think she used to do something with artists. So what was happening here was it was a cohort. It used to go class by class. So in my cohort, the girl I'm singing with was the girl I was paired with. So we were doing a Nazizi tribute. So every one of us had to find like a Nazizi song and remake it and now perform it at the end of the session. It was like a 2-week program. So we had trainings on just packaging yourself as a brand, as an artist. That's the first time I ever heard of an EPK, like a media kit for artists, which basically says who you are, what your music is, where they can find you and things like that. Yeah. So I didn't know that song existed. I didn't know. The only songs we knew about Zaki and Azizi was "That's My Room When I Wake Up Early in the Morning." Those ones. And so that one we found it because now that one was taken. Kenyan Girl, which was taken. So I was just like, sasa mimi tutaimba wimbo gani? So we went on the internet quickly. We found that one, and then we decided, even if they've taken those ones, we'll just smash up ours with all that. So I loved that she could harmonize because personally, I have a problem with harmonizing. I cannot harmonize for shit. But yeah, so her name is Lumi. I wonder where she is. I wonder what she's doing now because I think we lost touch after that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what that was.
You're placed in a room
Uh-huh.
full of everyone you've ever met.
Uh-huh.
Who are you looking for first and why?
Damn. I'm placed in a room with everyone I've ever met.
Yeah.
Who am I looking for and why?
Yes. Who's the first person you're looking for and why?
I think I'm going to look for my dad. Unfortunately, he's not around. He passed away, but that's who I'm going to look for first now, so I can tell him all the things I've done ever since he left.
I understand April is a month of significance to you.
April.
Yes.
Okay.
And we all like to share our successes with the people we hold dear most.
Yeah.
You're doing the bar in March. Yeah? You're getting into the bar.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you are able to, what email or what words would you wish to hear from your dad on the day you sign in the bar?
On the day I'm signing my name on the roll of advocates.
Yeah, when you get into the bar.
If he was to talk to me.
Yeah. What do you hope to hear?
Damn. I don't know, but there's one text I sent him one time, and I told him, it was a tweet. It said, I love my dad so much, and I wish I could give that man an arm and a leg or something of that sort. And his response to me was, God will provide the arms and the legs. And I was just like, yo, you know. So it's just, I feel like it's a bit sad that the arms and the legs came and then he's not around. So I think, I'm not sure what I'd want to hear from him, honestly. So I don't know.
And then what would you tell him?
What would I tell him? I think I'd say thank you, number one. Because I think now that I'm older and I look back, I see things in retrospect. These people do a lot for us, even when they're not necessarily in a position to, they make a way. And then he never once complained. And also just this thing of men going through certain things and they're all to themselves. I think I'd tell him thank you, and I don't know if he would have listened, because again, he was a very hard-headed man. I'd have asked him to talk to me. Yeah.
You post a lot about him in some instances. You can see the snippets. Introduce him to me.
I introduced my dad to you.
Yeah, basically tell me about him. How was he? What are the nicknames he gave you? You know,
all right,
the memories that you hold so dear.
Okay. So my dad is I don't know if he's short. Okay, he's a bit short. He's a dark man. He had a kihara. We used to say he looks like Kibaki. I see someone with a kihara back there. But anyway, we used to say he's Kibaki's brother. We even used to ask him when they were angalie what's happening. My dad was a very kind man, also from just how my mom described him. And one thing she said she had a lot of suitors, but she chose her, or she felt he was the right man because of how he treated people we consider less than, like watchmen, like cleaners, like whatnot. So she was just like, wow. So I think he was a kind man, but he was straight as a ruler. Like straight, I mean, not like that, but straight. I mean, obviously he was straight, but he was a very principled, if I can say so. He was very principled. Najata, he wouldn't negotiate. If it's maneno za shule, if it's discipline issues, there's no negotiating. So that was him. But I think it died down a little bit. Like when we grew older, his Mukali side faded, and then now it became a friendship rather than a parent-child relationship. There was still that, but now we became a bit more friends. He's influenced a lot of how I am as a person. That principledness where I'm not going to do something I don't want to do, even though I've done that. But generally, I'm not going to do something I don't want to do. Again, if I set out to do something, I'm just going to do it. And also my handwriting, I remember him teaching me how to hold a pen, and my fingers every time I didn't hold the pen how he wanted me to. How else can I introduce? He's a quiet man. He was very quiet, and then he had a loud laugh, and then after he finishes laughing, akicheka anacheka. I wonder what that was.
Okay.
I wonder what that was, but yeah, that was him. So kind, very principled, and very comfortable. I think that's one of the biggest fights we used to hear them have, where if my dad got comfortable somewhere, getting him to think about something else or to see something in a different light would be very hard. So yeah, I think that's enough.
I think we can, if we mention your dad, we cannot miss to mention your mom. I am to believe you have a very close relationship with your mom.
Yep.
Could you tell me how that relationship has influenced your life up until now?
My relationship with my mom has influenced my life greatly because I know I have love at home. So what that does for me is that I don't have to stay in situations where I don't feel love is being reciprocated or love is being offered, because I'm not afraid to go back home and say, yo mom, I tried this failed, and she'll be there. Again, what that has done for me is that I don't die with my problems. So I have someone I can tell when I mean any and everything, it's any and everything. And then I think what that relationship has also done for me is that I can see my mom as a human being, as opposed to just me seeing her as someone who's supposed to be my mom. Like, I know her interests as a young girl. I know why she didn't get to do certain things. I know what she'd love to do now, and hopefully I get into a position where I can allow her to do some of the things that she wanted to do as a young lady. Yep.
You have 15 seconds. Talk to your mom into this camera.
No, I'll cry. Anyway, hi mom. I just wanted to tell you I love you so much. I love you so much. And I wanted to also tell you thank you for just showing me what strength means in every situation. Also, thank you for praying for me always. I think your prayers have helped me from a lot. And don't worry, I'm working very hard. All these things I'm doing are to allow you one day to live that life that you were not able to live. So yeah.
Okay. Now, the British accent. Where did you get that one?
So I think people say I'm very animated, which is true.
Yeah.
So I like to play a lot with accents. I can do a lot of them. I can do the British accent.
Okay.
We can do the Meru accent. We can do the Luya accent and all that. So I think that comes from the animated side of me. Sure.
Using the Meru accent, tell people to subscribe to your channel on YouTube.
All right. Ngai mimi hata sijui nitasema anje, lakini ningependa muende musubscribe kwa Psycho Podcast. Ninaitwa Mavshari. That is all I have to say. Okay.
Cycles. Why the name Cycles?
Why the name Cycles? So Cycles comes from my EP, as I did an EP in 2020. I started working on it in 2019. And we were seated with my producer trying to figure out names for the EP. So I tried a lot of names, he was giving me crazy names. I was just like, that's a lot, and I really don't relate to them. So I just sat down and looked at what the EP was about. This EP was about a boy who broke my heart more than once. I don't even know why I allowed him to do that, but it was more than once. So I just sat down and I was just like, is it a cycle? Yeah. Do I need to break it? Is me releasing it in this EP a form of me just letting it go? So I just sat down and the word Cycles came to me, and I explained to the producer why this EP should be called Cycles. And that stuck with the EP. So that's 2020. 2021, I got COVID. I was just like, what do I want to talk about in my podcast and whatnot? And I realized I really like to talk about things that affect us daily and whatnot. And in a way, life is cyclical. There's the more things change, the more things stay the same. We go back to where we come from like, you've seen these videos when mtu anaanza kiwa mdogo inaenda kiwa mzee unanika amerudi square one. I was just like, okay, fine. Cycles is just the word for it. But I want to change it. Do you think I should change it?
I wouldn't suggest that.
Okay, sawa. Done.
It's like, yeah, it's quite catchy, and
You think it is?
already so many people know you for cycles.
For cycles?
Yeah.
All right.
So it makes sense.
Okay.
So I was actually the next question was when you're interviewing guests on your podcast, what's the criteria that you go through for you to choose the speakers who you're gonna host in the podcast?
I've been asked this question a lot, and usually it's from a place of anger, if I can say, because a lot of people want to come, but they're just like, why won't you give you the opportunity?
Yeah.
So while starting out, my criteria was, and don't fault me for this, because again, it's just strategy, was people who have already established themselves in that world, because again, that helps me tap into their audience.
Sounds like what I'm doing, but okay.
Exactly. Exactly. So it allowed me to tap into their audience, and then just that cross whatever. So that was my metric before. I was just like, hi, how can I get to this one, and how can they help grow my channel? But right now, if I'm being honest, I'm starting to feel like that's a lot of what is happening. Everyone is bringing famous people to their channel, which I feel leaves out the audience, because again, there's very different realities that I would like to capture, and I just don't want to capture the realities of celebrities or influencers, because again, it's not something we woke up to, and they came from somewhere. So I think I really would like, I don't know how I will do it, but I think I really want to bring now the audience into the experience. So hopefully I can find a way of getting guests that are thriving in their own spaces, that are not necessarily celebrities or influencers. Yeah.
Okay. What are the themes or topics that you talk in that you have already discussed in your podcast that you think need more attention to?
So the majority of the themes that I think need attention are money, like financial wellness and things like that. And then I think also career, especially as a young person just now freshly into the career space and whatnot. I think a lot of young people need guidance on that, to just avoid simple mistakes that a little bit of information can help you avoid. Also, if you've noticed, I really tried avoid talking about love, because I feel again it's another theme that's very recurrent in whatever. But I struggle with that, because every other podcast that's doing well has relationships as their main focus. So I'm just like, oh wow, do I need to start talking about relationships so that you guys start to listen to me? So I'm confused. So money, career, what else? Love, you kill them too, I don't know, maybe once in a while. So career and grief. I think I should also start talking about grief, because it's something I'm living every day. So yeah, those three things.
You think it would be a nice idea?
I think it would be a nice idea, because
help people also.
Yeah, because from considering the responses I get when I share stories about my dad, it's a lot of people going through these things. Even on TikTok, when I post videos with my mom, I get comments saying, you're lucky you have your mom, you're lucky, meaning there's a lot of people who don't have their moms. And I feel it's a conversation that we can, like, they can come and say, oh wow, this is what I'm going through, this is how I get by, and things like that. Yeah.
So when do we see that episode?
When do you see which episode? On grief?
Episode, yeah.
Right now I'm on a very long hiatus. It's hiatus or hiatus. Yeah, I've not recorded any episode since October 17th.
Yeah.
So maybe in 2024. I'm going back in 2024.
Beginning or end?
No, beginning of 2024.
Okay.
We now have to keep the ball rolling, because again, the danger of taking long breaks is, you know the danger, yeah? Yeah.
Okay. How do you handle controversial topics in your podcast?
So, have I spoken about controversial topics? But you know the one
Not that I've encountered.
Yeah, I don't
yet.
think I've.
Yeah.
I did one. I did a topic on, I called it industry games. It was with Nema, and we were talking about how difficult. Now I was talking about the music industry and why I left.
You left music?
Left.
Okay.
Okay, again, a long hiatus.
Okay.
So we were talking about how challenging it is to be a woman in that space, and especially a young lady in that space. So I think we almost named names.
Yeah.
We almost named names. So that's one of the
we are all going through. No, we are all fighting demons,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
My demon, I came to realize yesterday, is ADHD.
ADHD. Okay.
I started treatment.
Mhm.
Eco too.
Mhm.
It's not something that you can explain. So when it comes to you, what are the demons that you're fighting that nobody knows behind closed doors?
Demons that I'm fighting behind closed doors. Which one could this be? I think the biggest demon that comes to mind now is that I'm trying to break consciously now is I really can't trust people for shit. Like I think my biggest heartbreak was in 2021, and that heartbreak was accompanied by my dad's death. I feel like I never in my life want to feel pain on that level again. So I've sort of closed off. Yeah, so I grapple with that because again, I've lost possible connections or possible friendships because of the fact that I'm just like, you want to go, or they want me to open up and I can't open up, and we've just had to say bye to each other. So that's the biggest battle I'm fighting.
Can you a little bit on that?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm more of the same. Because if you think about it, in life, people outgrow each other. People get certain likes and dislikes. When I moved out, I lost a huge chunk of friends. Sababu za hazijulikani.
Yeah.
Tuseme hazijulikani. You just fall out of...
Imefanyika tu.
Si ati mmekosana. You're in good terms. If you talk, hey, hi, and then that fades away. Now, with the people who are still constantly in your life, for me, it's more of tunasaidiana aje. Like...
So you're saying you have transactional relationship?
No, it's not
Red
transactional.
flag.
It's not, okay.
Okay.
Let me rephrase.
Okay.
So I like people who I work with. I wouldn't talk to them unless it's work related, and I feel some type of way if it gets outside that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Then we have the friends. You have like the drinking buddies.
Yeah.
Huyu ninajua nikiona simu yake ni kwanza kuvaa viatu. So I feel like it's not a bad thing cutting. Okay, tusiseme cut off.
Yeah.
Like relationships dissolving. You wouldn't.
I had that, but I'm maturing, so I wouldn't laugh at you. I had that.
So I feel like that's really fine.
But the thing I like about that again is, if I open up, then I know for sure there's a reason why. It's not from nowhere. It's not from, because now what that has done for me, I think I've become a good judge of character. It's not rose-colored glasses all through. I can have rose-colored glasses for like 2 days, 3 days. But after that, I'm sober. So I can see things for what they are.
Your friend goes for like 5 days MIA. Do you look for them?
My friend goes 5 days MIA.
Yeah.
It depends again. How close are we? Do we talk every day? If we don't talk every day, it might not be.
You used to talk every day. And then it becomes a pattern. Would you initiate the conversation to find out why? Ama hiyo tunaachia Mungu?
No, I haven't. I don't think I have.
Would you initiate the conversation to find out why?
I mean, now when I answer you, I think I'll say yes, just sound politically correct. But now when I think about it, there's friends I've gone months without talking to, so it's not something I've done.
Okay.
You cut this one because
I'm
joking.
Okay. Higher. Where do you see Cycle Podcast in the next 5 years?
Where do I see Cycle's podcast in the next 5 years? In the next 5 years, I would hope that Cycle's podcast becomes a big platform, even a network. Also, I would hope that Cycle's podcast does a few things for me. I'd hope that it opens doors for me, maybe in radio or TV, or even as a moderator, because I like words, and I keep saying this, and I keep telling everyone who's met me what's her name? Legally Clueless, Adele Onyango, what her platform has been able to do for her. I'd like for my platform to do for me as well. Yeah.
As we finish, last question. What's something you'd like to tell the young girls out there who wants to follow in your footsteps?
Yo, someone wants to follow in my footsteps. Eh, what do I want to tell them?
Yeah.
I want to tell them it's not easy. That's the first thing you need to know. Again, what we put out on social media is curated. So a lot of them see the final product. They don't see the rejection I get when I reach out to guests. They don't see the episode that maybe camera ilianguka mahali ikaharibika, or an episode I did without sound and things like that. So it's not easy. We just get accustomed to doing hard things.
Yeah.
So the bottom line is keep going. Also start. And I think that's a theme I keep saying in my podcast, just start. So, and I think even Theo tells me the same thing, where I keep telling her, oh my God, I'm struggling with this. She's just like, you can get your own equipment and just start doing it. And I'm always there with excuses like, me, I can't edit, me, I can't do what. She's like, just buy your own equipment. I don't know anything about podcasting, but buy your own equipment and start. So even me, I'm telling you the same thing. Just one leg before the other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Any questions for me?
Any questions for you? Do you listen to Cycles podcast yourself?
Yes.
You do. What's your favorite episode?
The episode where you were advising guys on the do's and don'ts of going out.
Of going
Sure.
out. Why do you like that one?
Because I feel like kuna vitu nyingi hapo ulisema that zilinisaidia, zingine ni tofauti.
Natumanga fair.
Ah.
Why? Are you against that?
Guy, kutuma fair. Okay.
Yeah, kutuma transport msichana kuje kwenye date.
I've never been in that situation.
Okay.
Ya kutuma fair.
Okay. Wanakuanga...
Again, kumbuka, mimi sika huku most of the time.
Oh, huko culture ni different. Wanakuanga wamejipanga.
Iko na shida zake pia. Yeah.
Okay, for a moment I was happy you had removed me from that host nini, and then now you've brought me back there. Can I say bye to the cameras? Anyway, I've had such an amazing time with you. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for allowing me to speak about my dad. I think that does something for me when someone is actually interested in listening to what I have to say about the man that brought me to this world and raised me. Also, thank you for that. It's so beautiful. And I can't wait to see where this goes in 2024.
Okay.
Bye.
Got to go.